Hello again, and welcome to Grapplerman's Elite Dangerous Odyssey training videos. They're technically not training right now, just mainly just so you get a chance to see it if you don't have it. This episode, I'm going to be focusing on some planetary stuff. One of the things I always liked about Elite Dangerous is the graphics and the interesting way the planets are laid out. Well, Odyssey takes that to a whole other level. And as you can see here, I'm flying in to one of the planets in the host system, and I happen to see this big old mountain sitting up there, and I figure, oh, let's land on it and see what it looks like. So I make the approach, and as I'm coming down, I discover that they have a really neat, interesting new feature now. And it's an auto lander. It's like the same way we have auto takeoff and auto docking in the stations. Well, now when you get close enough to the planet's surface, you can opt to auto dock. Now, I would imagine that goes along with the module. If you don't have the module in your ship, then probably that won't work. Well, anyway, you don't need to watch the whole thing, but I'll show you generally how it happens. As you can see, it's kicked in right here, and you can watch how it picks a place to land. Now, I don't know if I'm 100% happy with this, because I kind of like to pick the places I land, but I know there are some places, like if you've ever tried to take a medium or large ship out to the Guardian space, you know it's almost impossible to find a place to land to get that FSD booster. However, maybe this device would help it make it easier. Okay, once I land, I disembark and decide to get out of the ship, and I want to show you the scale of my Sidewinder to myself. It's quite interesting to see. So for the next few minutes, what I'm going to do is just show you a few things so you can get an idea of the kinds of graphics that there are on the planet. This is a great shot of a piece of life, my ship and me, and just show you can run off in distance. The perspective is just really cool. Then I come across the plant life. This obviously is not the most interesting planet, but it had a little bit of stuff. So just like every good explorer, I decided to try to scan it. And when the scanning didn't work, well, what the heck, let's shoot it. So I started shooting it to see what it would do. The machine gun didn't work, so let's try the laser. Didn't do much either, but it's fun. So anyway, I'm going to head back to the ship. And it's so cool just to see how it just sits up there and you can run right up to it. And this is kind of like what it looked like with an SRV, except if I had the camera on so I could see myself running, I guess that'd be the only difference. But this is cool. So once I get up here, though, I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of jump on the top of the ship. So I'm going to make a leap and jump on the ship, and I'm going to switch the camera around here a minute and just... Yay, I'm so happy I got on top of the ship. I thought this was really cool. I'm standing on the Sidewinder, and I'm, again, doing my best to work this camera, and I'll get smoother as I go along. Again, I'm not used to keyboard and mouse, but I thought this was a really cool shot with perspective of the planets, the rocks, and the person on top, and just the galaxy out there. I thought this is really a beautiful shot. And anyway, so I thought I'd share that. So next thing that happens is I decided to take off, and I find an Earth-like planet, and I'm thinking this is going to be awesome. I'm going to land on it, and it's going to be so cool because I haven't really landed on an Earth-like planet with an atmosphere yet. Now, I see two hurricanes. I thought I'm going to fly right in the middle of this hurricane. Well, of course, I'm so excited I decide I'm going to fly right toward it, and I realize, of course, after the fact that it's not a landable planet. So if you're an explorer, this is what you're going to be seeing as you get into Odyssey. You're going to see a lot cooler graphics on these planets and some better variations. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a look at the corona around the planet before I take off from it. because of course I can't land on it, but I still think it looks really cool. You know, it's a lot better than just Horizons for sure. Okay, so now the next thing is I have a buddy. Obviously, I'm in a squad like a lot of us are, and I invited him back to the planet where the big mountain was, and so we decided to make a little rendezvous and have a little squad fun. Um, so anyway, this is the approach to this big mountain on top of this planet in the, I think it's called the Adian system. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, I'm going to take a attempt to land. Of course, I'm going to use the auto land because I don't see any reason not to. And once I get there, here he comes. We're running towards each other. It's so funny. And then it's just cool to see the faces that we make for ourselves, of our avatars. You can actually see it. Now, he doesn't have his Maverick suit yet, but he'll get it. So then we decided to just kind of goof around a little bit, so just to see the versions. Here we're trying to take a little selfie, make a little picture for a screenshot. And this is fun. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! It just looks so funny. Well, since we were up on a very, very high mountain, we decided we would jump off. So I didn't get the best jump, but this was hilarious. He's just taking a big old leap off the cliff down on the very low gravity planet. I can guarantee you, when I get the chance, I'm jumping off one of these big old mountains. Here's a picture of us next to our two ships to give you an idea of perspective. And then we finally say goodbye and take off and go our separate ways. Dan decides to take his Sidewinder and go back to wherever he was coming from. And then I will launch away in my Cobra. Well, folks, that's it for this time. I hope you enjoy these pictures from Odyssey. I'm excited for the real game. I'm sure most of you guys are too. So until next time, this is Grapplerman. I'm out.